In the last 2 years, I have generated over 2 billion organic views across social media for my clients and generated multi-million dollars in client revenue, all because of content. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, the exact system I use, and the results this got for business owners just like you and how you could do the same. In fact, this is the system that got my client Pete from 3,500 followers to over 100,000 followers on Instagram and made him the #1 authority in his niche. Or my client Raphael, who hit 30 million views on a single video and went from 2,400 followers to over 50,000 followers overnight. And now he's over 80,000 followers, by the way. And you can look at all my other clients who got results from using the same exact system. And trust me, this wasn't because of luck or some one-time random trend. It's because of a proven psychology-based content system that works for coaches, consultants, lawyers, or any other service-based business who wants to turn their social media into a client-generating machine. So by the end of this video, you'll know the exact 5-step process I use to create content that goes viral, how we execute it for our clients so that way they only spend 1 hour a month to record, and why this system works when everything else fails. Let's dive in. Now you see, the problem with the majority of business owners is that they post randomly, hoping something goes viral. They follow generic or misleading advice like post consistently, use trending audio, or engage with others, but that stuff doesn't actually work. So they literally just focus on tactics like posting times, hashtags, captions, instead of the only thing that actually matters, which is strategy. And that means the hooks, the retention, and the conversion. So they'll try to do everything themselves while also running their business. And the result of that, well, it's obvious. It's burnout, inconsistent content, and zero leads. And the sad thing is, I see this all the time. But we're gonna change that today. You see, what you really need to do to grow on social media is understand the psychology of why people watch, engage, and share content in the first place, along with the proven system that's repeatable and not just throwing random stuff at the wall, and creating content that doesn't get views, but also converts those viewers into paying clients. And that is the difference between content that gets you famous and content that gets you rich. So let me show you the exact system that generated me and my clients over 2 billion views, which by the time you're watching this may be way more. And this is the system that we use at Socialvert for every single client. We call it the digital growth funnel, and it has 5 steps: ideation, scripting, recording, editing, and SEO, or captions and posting. And I'm going to break down each step so you understand exactly how it works. So step 1 is ideation. Now your idea determines whether your video gets 200 views or 2 million views. So this is literally the most important part you have to focus on if your goal is virality. And most people pick terrible ideas because they either want to get content out fast or they don't understand what actually makes content go viral. So they just post whatever comes to mind without any research or validation. And what we do is we spend 10+ hours per week just researching viral content ideas for clients. And that's how important this step is. So here's our entire process. We analyze top performing content in your specific industry. We identify patterns and what's working now and not what worked 6 months ago. We use keyword research to find what your audience is actively searching for. And we also look for what I call gap content, which is basically topics your competitors aren't covering but people are searching answers for. But before we approve any idea, it has to pass our 3-question validation test. Question 1, would I pay money to watch this video for the value I get in return for this video? So if someone paid, I don't know, $3 or $5 to watch this, and they get upset of what they've got, it's not a good idea. It's a bit over the top, but when you're functioning at a high level, you need to make sure every idea is extremely valuable. Question 2, would I have benefited from this video a year ago? And this makes sure the content isn't outdated or too advanced for where your audience actually is. And question 3, is this relatable to my target audience? Not just people who already know everything. You need to speak where they are now and not where you wish they were. So let me give you an example of the difference between a bad idea and a good idea. And I'm going to use my industry for example. A bad idea, 5 tips to grow on Instagram. This is generic, overdone, and boring, and nobody really cares about this. Good idea, you'll never grow on Instagram if you keep doing this one thing. This is specific, it uses a negative hook and creates a lot of curiosity. And this means people have to keep watching till the end to find out what they're doing wrong. And just so you know how this works, look at the results from my own viral videos. The key takeaway here is that the ideation is literally 80% of your success. If you get this wrong, nothing else matters. We do this research so our clients don't have to, and this alone saves them 10 to 15 hours per week. So now moving on to step 2, scripting. Now you can have the best idea in the world, but if your script doesn't grab attention in the first 3 seconds and then strategically keep it, you will fail. And the video dies immediately. And the problem here is that most people just ramble in their script. They don't have a proper structure that makes their video hook throughout the entire video. And this is why they lose viewers before they even get to the valuable part. And that's why we use a proven 5-phase framework for every single script that we write. So phase 1 is the hook. You have 3 seconds to trigger emotion and create curiosity. If you don't hook them there, they are gone. Phase 2 is the hype up. This is 3 to 7 seconds depending on the video, and where you stack credibility and build anticipation for what's coming. Phase 3 is the value, and this is 60 to 70% of your video where you deliver implementable, value, and memorable content that actually helps them. And remember 3 words: implementable, valuable, and memorable. Phase 4 is reassurance, and this is 3 to 7 seconds. Again, depending on the video, where you eliminate objections and build trust so they actually take action. And phase 5 is the call to action, and this is 5 to 10 seconds where you direct them to take one clear action, whether that's commenting, following, or clicking your link. Now here are some psychology hacks that we implement as well. Negative hooks. According to many studies, negativity grabs more attention than positivity because of something called loss aversion. And your brain is wired to avoid loss more than seek gain. So hooks like never do this are much better than do this. Breaking information into 3 steps. And this is psychologically proven to increase retention because of the rule of 3s. Your brain remembers things in 3s better than any other number. For example, when you're driving, red, yellow, green, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, etc. And social proof throughout the scripts builds trust faster than just stating facts. And direct calls to action convert 60% better than soft and direct ones. So when we write viral scripts, we add these psychological triggers throughout. We optimize for watch time and not just views. And we research what hooks competitors are using, see what's working, and make them better instead of trying to reinvent the wheel every single time. Now real quick, I know what you're thinking right now. This sounds great, but there's no way I can do this all by myself. And you're right, you cannot. Not if you actually want to run your business. And that's exactly why we created SocialVert. We do this all for you. The research, the scripting, the editing, the posting, and everything in between. You just show up for 1 hour a month to record, and that is it. And that is how all my clients who got results on the screen right here got results. So if you're a service-based business owner or a coach or a consultant who's ready to become famous on social media while turning it into a client-generating machine, click the first link in the description to book a call with me. We'll walk you through exactly how this works and see if you're a good fit. So back to the video. Step 3 is recording. Now recording is the only thing most of our clients actually do themselves. And the reason why I say most is because if needed, we can actually use AI avatars like this to do the talking for you as well. But even if they decide to do it themselves, we make it take only 1 hour per month, and we guide them exactly on how to record for maximum impact. So here's our recording process. Clients can record, 15 to 30 videos in just 1 hour. So we provide all the scripts in advance and give them the exact recording guidelines. So the camera settings, the positioning, the tonality, and everything that they need. The guidelines are pretty simple. Camera settings should be 4K 30 if you're using an iPhone. Framing should have your eyes in the upper third of the frame and your head centered. And your energy should be about 20% more energetic than how you normally talk. The reason for this is because the camera absorbs the energy, so you need to amp it up. And eye contact should be directly at the camera and not at your screen. Not what I'm doing right now, but you get the point. And clothing should be solid colors with no patterns and no text on shirts because that distracts from the captions. And the batch recording strategy works like this. You read one line from the script, you say it to the camera until it feels good, and then you move on to the next. And you basically repeat this for the entire script, and now you could do up to like 30 videos back to back. If you have a teleprompter, it's even way easier. Now, that might get you thinking, why does this work so well? Well, because batching is literally 10 times more efficient than recording 1 video at a time. And I don't care anyone who says that you record 2 videos a week to get analytics. Not every entrepreneur has free time like that. So you'll get to your flow state after the first few videos. And all your content is done for the entire month in 1 session. And this is why clients can focus on running their business the rest of the month instead of constantly thinking about content. So for example, let's look at a smaller client like Alon. He records once a month for 1 hour, and in that hour, he records 30 videos, and we will handle everything else. He went from spending hours a month to just 1 hour. And the result of that, his Facebook went from like 10,000 followers to over 70,000 followers, and he's just been growing everywhere. The key takeaway is that recording is the only thing that our clients have to do if they want to do it themselves. Still, we've optimized it to take 1 hour a month, which makes this whole system sustainable long term. Or again, you could always use an AI avatar like this to make the whole process even more seamless. And we've tested it with clients and gotten great results as well. Now, moving on to step 4 is editing. Now, editing is where most people completely fail, because editing is not only cutting out the mistakes, rather it's strategic retention engineering, because 80% of people watch videos without sound, and that means your visual editing is absolutely critical if you want to go viral, because if someone can't follow your video with the sound off, you're losing 80% of potential viewers. And the problem here is that most people either under edit, where the video just them talking with zero visual interest, or they over edit, and where there's so much happening on the screen that you don't even know where to look at. You need to find the sweet spot. And our editing philosophy is to edit for psychology and aesthetics. So every 3 to 4 seconds, something new happens on the screen. This creates small dopamine hits that makes people want to keep watching, increasing our retention rate. And captions are positioned strategically in the upper chest area, and not at the bottom where people have to choose between reading or looking at your face. And visuals always support the script, they never distract from it. For example, if I'm talking about going viral, the visual might be a GIF of a video blowing up. This helps the viewer visually digest what you're saying. Of course, there's so many ways on how people can edit wrong, if it's too fancy or it's just too flashy. None of that. It has to focus on the storytelling of the video. So here's what we do in the editing. We remove all the filler words, the pauses, and the mistakes. We add strategic pattern interrupts like zooming in, zooming out, text overlays, and graphics to keep attention locked. We optimize the audio so it sounds professional even if you've recorded on your phone. And we add captions without branding style, and we add captions with branded styling that matches your overall look. We include B-roll of client results, testimonials, and proof when needed, and we ensure that the pacing keeps attention from start to finish. And the key takeaway is that strategic editing is what turns good content into viral content. And this is where most DIY creators fail because they don't understand retention psychology. And our editors are trained specifically in psychological editing techniques that maximize watch time. Now, step 5 is SEO and posting. And according to many sources, a great video with a bad caption gets 30% less reach. And this is because SEO optimization helps the algorithm understand exactly who to show your content to. And a strategic posting schedule maximizes your initial engagement, which basically tells the algorithm to push your content further. So here's our caption strategy. The first line is a second hook that grabs attention in the feed before someone even clicks onto your video. And the body is 2 to 3 sentences with keyword optimization. And we would put a handful of hashtags based off of research, not just 30 random ones. That's not going to do anything. And we will include a clear call to action that drives one specific action. The SEO component is really crucial, by the way, especially as of July 10th, 2025. Now, when people search up something on Google or ChatGPT, your video could come up as the response. So we research keywords your target audience actually uses by analyzing search data on TikTok and Instagram or just general websites. And we add those keywords naturally in the caption so it doesn't sound too robotic. And we optimize for Instagram and TikTok's and YouTube search engines. And we will optimize for Instagram and TikTok and YouTube search algorithms. And this helps content get discovered beyond just your followers, especially now that Instagram Reels also come in search results. As of our posting strategy, we post at optimal times based on when your specific audience is active, not some generic best times to post article. And also, there's really no perfect time to post. The best time is when your audience is the most active. And even if you want to upload anytime, it does not matter. If you have a good video, your video will perform anytime. And we also cross-post the videos on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, or even LinkedIn to maximize the reach. And we handle all of this so that way clients don't have to think about it. And the result of that, well, your content gets optimized before it even goes live. The algorithm understands exactly who to show it to, and your reach is maximized from day one. Now, just so you understand how powerful this system is, this is the exact process we use to scale Pete from 0 to over 100,000 followers on Instagram, and more importantly, making him the most followed social media attorney in New Jersey. Or Frank, who went from 0 to 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and we also have a gold play button. Or Kiro, who went from 1.5k followers to over 10,000 followers on Instagram. Or Christian, who went from 0 to over 50,000 followers on YouTube. Or Mikhail, who went from 10,000 followers to over 35,000 followers. Or Michael, who started TikTok with us, and now he's over 55,000 followers, and he started from scratch. Or Raphael, who hit 30 million views on a single video, making him go from 2,000 followers to over 45,000 followers overnight. And now he's at over 80,000 followers. Justin, who went from 1,500 followers to over 20,000 followers. Alan, who went from 10,000 Facebook followers to over 70,000 Facebook followers. Or how we gained over 2 billion organic views for our clients and millions of dollars generated for our clients, which again, depending on when you're watching this, should be way more, to be honest. So you get the point. Now, who is this system actually for and who is it not for? This is for you if you're a service-based business owner. So any type of coach, any type of consultant, or a lawyer, or an accountant, or any type of service-based business owner, this is for you. It's also for people who know they need to do social media but don't have the time to do it right. if you're tired of inconsistent results from posting randomly, if you want to build real authority in your industry, and if you're ready to invest into a proven system. This is not for you if you're just starting out and have nothing to invest. If you want to DIY everything and learn on your own, which is totally fine by the way, then we're not a fit. If you just want views and don't actually care about getting leads or clients as well, or if you're looking for a quick fix or overnight success, this is not for you. So now that you know the entire process, you only have two real options. Option 1, you could try to figure this out on your own like most business owners, spend months or even years trying different strategies, wasting time and money, and getting frustrated. Or option 2, you could click the first link in the description and book a free call with me and let me and my team handle it for you. So if you're ready to go viral on social media and turn it into a client-generating machine without the burnout, click the first link in the description and book a call with me. We'll show you exactly how we can help you and get the same results. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.